Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about a very interesting issue. How we all will die. One day we all will have to face the death. We all have to leave this world one day. And you can know how you are going to die based on your 8th house planetary position. So let's start. First, I am going to talk about Mercury, then Venus, then Saturn, then Jupiter, then Mars, and at the last, North Node and South Node. So, let's talk about the Mercury first. If Mercury is in your 8th house, then most likely your potential death related to mental stress, communication issues, or sudden accident, or it could be a mysterious cause. The key points to consider: mental health complications. Mercury in the 8th house could signify potential mental health struggles like anxiety, obsessive thoughts, or sudden breakdowns that might contribute to a tragic event. Number 2. Miscommunication and accidents. Mercury's role in communication could lead to misunderstandings or misjudgments that result in accidents or unexpected situations. Sudden or unexpected death. Number 3. The 8th house itself is associated with sudden transformations, so a potential death could be unexpected or occur under mysterious circumstances. Number 4. Poisoning or intoxication. In some interpretations, Mercury or Wood planet in the 8th house could be linked to potential poisoning or intoxication related incidents. If you are having Venus or Shukra planet in your 8th house, then your potential death could be related to intense emotions, intimacy, transformation, or a significant life change, potentially involving a passionate relationship, a sudden or unexpected event, or a death related to pleasure or indulgence. Key points. Number 1. Intense emotions. Having Shukra or Venus in 8th house is associated with deep transformations and intense experiences. So, this position could signify a death connected to a powerful emotional state like grief, passion, or obsession. Number 2. Intimacy and relationships. Venus rules love and relationships, so a death related to a significant partner or a powerful intimate connection could be indicated. Sudden change. Number 3. Venus in 8th house can manifest a sudden death due to an accident or unforeseen circumstances. Number 4. Overindulgence. Depending on the aspects of Venus, it may also suggest a death related to overindulgence in pleasure or sensuality. Some astrologers believe natives who have Venus in 8th house may pass away while in their sleep. Venus in the 8th house gives big inheritance, financial support of other people, interest for metaphysics, and pain-free and tender death. Now we'll talk about Mars or Mangal. This position is not very positive. So, if you are having Mars or Mangal planet in your 8th house, then your potential death could be accidents, surgery complications, unexpected trauma, or violent death. Key points to remember. Number 1. Sudden and unexpected. Mars' fiery energy in the eighth house, which is associated with death and transformation, can indicate a sudden or unexpected death, possibly due to an accident or a quick onset illness. Number 2, violent or traumatic. Depending on the aspects Mars makes to other planets, the death could be considered violent or traumatic, potentially involving injuries or surgery complications. Number 3, intensity and passion. The eighth house is also associated with deep intimacy and passion. So, in some cases, the death could be symbolic of a major life change or intense emotional experience that feels like a kind of death and rebirth. Some astrologers indicates that if you have Mangal or Mars in your 8th house and if Mars planet is weak, then burning could be another reason for your death. Now we'll talk about Saturn or Shani. Having Shani in the 8th house means a terrible death, most likely. So, the death experience could be difficult or transformative. The death could be associated with prolonged illness, deep personal struggles, or facing mortality head on. Key points to remember: number 1, transformation and deep change. The 8th house governs themes like death, rebirth, transformation, and shared resources. So, Saturn's presence here can signify a significant life changing event at the end of the life, often requiring deep introspection and facing personal fears. Number 2, potential for prolonged illness. Saturn is associated with discipline, endurance, and limitations, which could manifest as a long term health struggle leading to death. Number 3, fear of death or dying alone. Some astrologers interpret this placement as a potential for anxieties around mortality, facing death with isolation or feeling unprepared. Number 4, facing difficult realities. Saturn can bring a sense of responsibility and seriousness to the 8th house, potentially leading to confronting challenging aspects of life and death with a mature perspective. Now we'll talk about Jupiter or Guru. This is an excellent and positive placement. People who have Jupiter in their 8th house can be considered lucky because most likely they will live long and will have an easy and peaceful death. The death could be transformative and positive, and potentially related to deep personal growth experience before passing. Key points to remember: number 1, positive transformation. Jupiter's expansive energy in the 8th house can signify a significant personal transformation or spiritual awakening around the time to death, potentially leading to a peaceful acceptance of the end of life. Number 2, unexpected or sudden death. While not always the case, but 8th house is associated with sudden or unexpected events. So, Jupiter there could indicate a death that comes suddenly, but definitely with a sense of positive change. Number 3, deepening of understanding. This placement might also suggest a death that allows for a deeper understanding of life, death, and the mysteries of the universe. Now I'm going to talk about Rahu or North Node. This is not a very positive placement. You can say it's most likely negative. So, having Rahu in the 8th house can signify a potential for unexpected or sudden death, often linked to accidents, surgery complications, or other traumatic events. Key points to remember: number 1, unforeseen events. This placement can indicate sudden, unexpected, or mysterious circumstances surrounding death. Number 2, accidents and trauma. Potential for accidents, surgical complications, or other traumatic events leading to death. Number 3, obsessive tendency. Could lead to unhealthy fixations on death or mortality. Number 4, intense experiences. This placement may experience intense or taboo subjects related to death, rebirth, or the occult. The last planet, Ketu or South Node. Ketu in the 8th house indicates a lack of happiness and luck, potentially leading to financial obstacles and even uncertain or sudden death for the native. Some astrologers also believe having Ketu in the 8th house makes the native very fearful or scared to injuries due to firearms, weaponry, insects, or animals. Key points to remember: number 1, sudden and unpredictable events. Ketu's influence can bring about unexpected changes or abrupt endings, which could manifest as a sudden accident or health crisis leading to death. Number 2, mysterious or undiagnosed elements. This placement can indicate challenges with receiving proper medical diagnosis or treatment for health issues, potentially leading to complications. Number 3, psychological impact. The intense energy of Ketu or South Node in the 8th house can lead to feelings of isolation, anxiety, or depression, which might influence one's ability to cope with a serious health situation. Number 4, karmic connections. Some astrologers interpret Ketu in the 8th house as signifying deep karmic connections that might lead to significant life-changing event, including death related to a close relationship or partnership. It is important to remember that astrology cannot definitely predict the exact manner of your death. The interpretation needs to be considered the entire birth chart and the aspects of the planets in the 8th house for a more nuanced understanding. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like my channel, please subscribe it. I will bring more interesting and new videos pretty soon. Until then, you all take care and have a great day.